Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. I am, as always, your host, a bell that's ringing off the hook. How you doing? How's it going? Somehow this feels like a weird one. I've recorded a lot today. It's 3 a.m., 3:15-ish. I've recorded, this is my fourth separate video recording for the day. It's been a long day of recording, but like I didn't mean for it to be. One of the recordings was also only 5 minutes, but still, I've hit the start and stop recording button a lot of times today, and I feel it, you know. Because so I did a first look for mini motorways that'll go up tomorrow. I did the tier list video, which was supposed to go up yesterday, but we forgot, and I did not realize. I thought today was Friday. Today is Saturday. Now Sunday when you're hearing this, but anyway. I did those, and then I did a. Uh, talk about this one more when it's actually ready. That one did a secret recording for later, and then now we're doing this one. Lots of recording today. It's good. It feels good. The hard part is setting the videos to upload. So I make a thumbnail, figure out when I want it to go up. It's a whole process, and it doesn't take long. But it's like it's the big mental block in my brain lately. But other than that, I'm doing pretty well today. How about yourself? We're a little fade today. Nice, cool, nice. Yeah. No, I'm doing well. Sorry, big yawn, hanging in there. Uh, Not a whole lot today. Really, not a whole lot. I Oh, baby, with Exile Awoken? Oh, how lovely. Nah, really not much. I do have a question prepared for you. This is one of those ones where I feel very slow in the intro. I've talked recently about how I feel like I talk too quickly. In this intro, I feel as though I am talking much too slowly. Anyway, my question for you. Oh, I start the recording. I thought one up. I sat down. I thought one up, and then I started the recording. Give me 1 second. I have it pulled up on my monitor, on my other monitor, because I was perusing questions because I was not feeling particularly inspired today. All of the questions related to my goings on today would be extremely boring. It would be like, what's your feeling on C++ versus Python? How do you feel about the state of C sharp? I guess you could, if you were a programmer, answer that question. Hey, you know what? Fine, we'll do an engineering question. Sure, why not? What kind of do you know any programming languages? And if not, would you ever like to learn one? I've been trying. One of my friends wants to pick up programming, and I keep saying, "Hey, I'll teach you if you want." If you don't know, I am in college for software engineering. So the answer to the question that I posed at the beginning is that of those languages, Python is the one that I prefer, but I can do C++ and C sharp as well. Those languages are basically the same. There was a very short period of time where I wanted to be a web developer, and then I started using JavaScript, and then I went, yeah, never mind. Anyway, let's get going, shall we? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Exile melting, exile awoken. Explosive sigil daedalus, shadow arcus, patient seraph, purifying cleanse, sting remnant host. In the last 2 weeks, I have played Spike's Little Fade, and I have said, let me see how Spike's Little Fade does here. Let's test it out. Let's see how it goes. In this week's Monster Train, Little Fade, I am not going to do that. I think I am going to take Hell Pact. It is not Seraph that it matters for. It is a Arcus that has curses, but Hell Pact can give me Awoken's Rail Spike value. Now, as much fun as it is to click Little Icarus here, even, with Awoken, Little Icarus is even more fun. However, I will play Firelight. We'll switch it up. We'll play something different. Take it easy. Walk on through. Don't walk into any bad trials. This is a scary trial, absolutely. You know what? I don't think I'm going to take it. Your decision there may vary. However, I really don't feel good about that one. And if I play bottom floor, I am losing absolutely, so it looks like we're playing top floor. Your feelings on that one may vary. But that trial didn't feel right to me. And oh, we're Sting plus Root Seeds in our opener here. So I should not have the problem that you face with Little Fade, where sometimes you don't draw Primitive Mold, because I should have so much draw that I will never miss Primitive Mold. Hopefully. I was thinking there about if there's a way for me to play Remnant Host and have the drafts pop out. I don't believe so. As a result, have the drafts pop out behind Little Fade, I should say. Not because I do not believe that is possible. I just put another Train Steward up here and play Remnant Host. He's gonna go in the Reform pool though. That's a mistake. I do need to play Root Seeds, and then yeah, I shouldn't clog up the pool. That's especially since they don't do anything. I thought they were gonna get to do something, but I was lazy. If I miss here, it's my own fault. Yeah, it's my own fault. I have 10, 15. I could play Train Steward, but this is an interesting conundrum we find ourselves wrapped up in. I think my best thing to do is to try to play around the Remnant Host here. Yeah, in doing this, I have made it a little more awkward. However, it's not that much worse. It really is not that much worse. It's a little bit worse, but here, I will. What do you give? 5/5. So this is worth 6 damage. I'll just play the Weight of Contrition. Maybe should play the Root Seeds there, but I draw 2 or 3 Primitive Molds here, and we play them all. Oh wow, that's a really bad set of hits, huh? That is just the worst outcome. So this is 38. So we'll drop this boss. We'll take 4 hits from the boss, 20, so we'll be at like 16 or whatever. That's fine. Yeah, I could have played this with slightly more tact. I shouldn't have played the Remnant Host is all. It's an easy mistake to make, and I won't make it again. Molten Encasement is very good in a Burnout Fade run. Because it lets the runoff damage after Fade is killed does not matter, basically. So I'll take Hollow Drippings. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up because the Molten Encasement will die, but it takes up a space on the floor, which is iffy. Wildwood Custodian is a 1-space unit. With Firelight Fade, it is tempting. But I'll take Vine Grasp. Getting an option to kill your own little Fade is very good. Click on basically any melting unit they want to show me here. Man, it's not... Big Sludge, sadly, he does not work here. As much as I would love to click Big Sludge, this is decidedly the worst pick. Because Lady of the House is so good here. Lady of the House is a 100% winner. And I really don't feel good about Big Sludge here for many, many reasons. You understand. But it is sad when a cool rare unit shows up on a run where he can't be played. If I had taken Spike's Fate, I would click this for sure. I'll click Lady of the House. We'll take the money here. I'm sad. The interesting thing about Lady of the House is that she doesn't necessarily need plus 25. It's nice to have, but I could hold out. We do not want to give them multi-strike. It is nice though to take plus 25 and then not take anything else ever here. I think I will just take the plus 25 here. 70 HP is so much HP. Yeah. Lady of the House is excellent with Fade for many, many reasons. The main one is that Lady of the House here is going to start with 3 burnout instead of 0 burnout. So there's no accidental missing of Fade on my end. Which, again, I want to make sure is very clear. That was not Little Fade's fault. That was my own fault. I should know better than to do what I did there. I missed the Collector again. That's really disappointing. I wonder if I actually should have played Fade top or mid here to catch Collector. Oh well. I'll live. I will not play Hollow Drippings also. I played this turn out pretty poorly. I should have played Fade mid, caught the Collector, and then played Hollow Drippings on Lady of the House, because Lady of the House is going to win without Fade getting played there. So I should be 50 gold richer. It's just, it's a weird one because it's kind of an obtuse play. It's not something that I feel like is super, super obvious there. Like, it's fine, right? It's fine, either way. I don't feel like I need to add much more here. I don't think I need to be adding Molded in or anything like that. I could take Drip Fall. Or another Purifying Cleanse, but I really don't think I need any of these. And no draft is sad. I want to mention that. Plus 10 is like a drop in the bucket here. I feel like the card I should consider is Wildwood Sap. And I'll take it. Why am I taking this? Great question. So, with Little Fade, going right here. We're looking for Animus. Oh well, real quick. Real quick. Burnout 1 on Tombs is interesting. Extra spell slots, fine. Shattered Shell. Awoken Hall is interesting, but bad. We have another Remnant Banner. I still hold out. It's like, these are worse than nothing. Shattered Shell's fine, but not particularly exciting. ×5. I don't want to fill up my deck with stings or things like that. I wouldn't mind picking up another Purifying Cleanse though. Don't worry, I'll finish the thought. It's still percolating. Oh, I could have just taken another Lady of the House. It's a little worse to take another Lady of the House if I get a good infusion at Daedalus, but I should just take another Lady of the House. Okay, now I need to remember what I was saying before I had to go through all those decisions. Oh, I took Wildwood Sap because this Fade in particular, you're going to have a unit behind Little Fade that is going to take a lot of damage, and with Little Fade in general, you tend to not have a lot of cards worth playing. I have found. Again, Train Steward here. Questionable, but it's not going to cost me much. Worst case, I miss like 1 reform. But in this world, I'm saving Lady of the House somehow. And it's worth 42 times 2. The problem with playing Remnant Host is that it doesn't really do much. Oh, you know what I can do? I can put Remnant Host behind and give it +2. That's fine. Yeah, with Little Fade, specifically Firelight, I often find myself having a lot of turns where I just don't have cards worth playing. So, picking up a card that is okay and helps out in the problem that Little Fade faces here is good. Ah, it's Burnout. I see. So, this is strange. I have to put it here, I guess. It's like, I was confused because Lady of the House should be doing 47 times 2 there, but she was not doing 47 times 2. Why is that? That's because Little Fade wasn't dying, she was burning out. Also a good example of Wildwood Sap getting to do a little value here. And the same reason I took another Purifying Cleanse, right? The duplicate. There's not a whole lot that this deck needs to be doing right now. It needs to be reforming Little Fade, and Root Seeds gives a lot of flexibility in that regard. 5 times 2, I can't kill you. I will... Actually, I'll just kill Daedalus right before that enemy walks up. Daedalus dies. No problem. Okay, rocky early game. due to a mistake on my end, but that's the little Fate experience. We're cruising now. Endless is a fun one with Firelight Fade, because then you can get her at Burnout 1, but I think it's bad. We want her to be building health through reforms to tank a little more damage. So, with that in mind, I can skip this. Could take the technical draft, but technically draft isn't very good here. Quick with Baron Infusion is probably better than nothing. It is close. It is pretty close, but yeah, I'll take them. Fine. And we can go energy. We have root seeds, we don't need space. It's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and just load up on second lady. I don't care about the infusion that much. I would have liked to have infused Draft or Animus of Will onto Lady of the House. However, those opportunities were not presented to us today. And as such, here we are. Someone pointed out in the comments yesterday, I want to mention this. It's probably not that important on some runs to get to exactly 100 like I've been forcing. And so on this run, I'm going to I'm going to make sure that I will get to 100 pack shards, which I will. I'm going to count my pack shards a little less closely because runs like this one, what I was made to realize is that all of the enemies on the Divinity are infused anyway, so you only have to really worry about it on runs. Like, you're not making the waves harder by taking higher pack shards, it's only the Divinity's damage output. And on some runs, the difference between 9 and 10 damage sweep is not going to matter. Such as a Firelight Fade run, most likely, if we have good healing. Multi-strike here on 50 pack shards, with no consistent way to kill the Quote Marksman behind the Thoughtbinder. I think it's probably a little bit safer without. Just a touch. Eventually playing bottom floor stops being correct also. But, yeah, infuse turn 1. Very scary. I can't do anything about this. I can Vine Grasp here, but for the most part I am going to eat it. I guess I could play another... I could split them. Right. Okay, so this is weird, and this is also my fault, because I should have played top floor. Now that I have the second lady of the house, I should have played top floor. That's a for certain, 100%, no doubt. 72, 74, yes. And if this doesn't work out because of my lack of foresight here, I'll replay the combat, but I don't think it'll matter a lot. It might matter a lot. Yeah, you know what? Here, let me just do this. I'm being way over the top complacent with Little Fade here, and I could probably go through that combat cleanly, not cleanly, but fine enough. But let's just pretend like we know what we're doing here for one combat at least. Just to pretend, right? It's fun to pretend from time to time. And we might actually have a pretty bad draw here. If I draw Primitive Mold on this turn, it can be awkward. Oh, I don't. Good. Good draw, good draw. Yeah, I still take the same amount of damage, interestingly enough. Because these are doing... They get plus 12? What a gross number to... Plus 12? Alright, so this is 47 times 2, which is 94. And this will be... This is 98. So that's 180. I can play the root seeds. 170. I think I could sting up here, but there is no reason to. So I will press end from here. Remember, don't mindlessly play Train Steward. I'm going to end up taking a similar amount of damage to what I was going to take, but In this case, it's just less thinking, less of a headache. And also, I might have been in a worse off position because of the split health and the split positionings of ladies, but could have just let one die in and consolidate. Set that enemy up for a sting. I'm going to press enter. And it is fine. Not taking Molded on this run is a little questionable as well, I should mention. In hindsight, I should have clicked it because why wouldn't I then? It's another card that does the most important thing this deck does, which is Reform Little Fade. Yeah, 2 Ember Drain. Yeah. I could hold over those Purifying Cleanses, but we're going to draw them very swiftly once the deck... We're 26 cards right now, and all I'm going to do now is remove cards and walk through. So, I'll remove Train Stewards, and then I will remove probably Root Seeds, and then Sting if I have removals left. Multi-strike here would have been a little worse, but could have probably gotten away with it if you really wanted to. Where's that multi-strike Votavary from like 2 days ago? Was that 2 days ago or was that... What did I play yesterday? Yesterday was Exile, Umbra, Stygian, I'm pretty sure. With double incant, I threw away Primordium. That was the Mollusk Mage run. Okay. Anyway, irrelevant. 2 days ago, Votavary. These cards don't do a lot. I don't get anything out of Engraft. Spreading Spores is more of a long-term, like, boss-killing strategy. You're not really out healing much with 5 or 6 regen, right? Mind you, 5 regen right out the gate with Wildwood Sap is worth something. 2 regen and then later 4 regen and then later 8 to 12 regen, depending on how fast you draw. A little less enticing to me right now. Well, it could be good, actually. It could be good because we draw fast and have nothing we care. But no, because this is also going to bog down Little Fade with respawns. Yeah, okay. We're thinking about, but it makes it much harder to replay Little Fade. I go right here. It's just 4 removals. Vapor Funnel's cool. It stops that 9 damage from last round. We don't have sweep, so we don't have a guaranteed backline clear. Duplicate, I really don't think it's much worse to take another Purifying Cleanse here. More healing is really all that... more healing for Lady of the House is all that I can think of needing. It's not necessarily a need, but it's a want. Hellhorn Umbra Stygian. So, could pick up Trample Stone. Could pick up Trample Stone. It's... Ooh, Stygian? What card in Stygian would I care about here? Ice Empire, maybe? Siren Song, kinda. Hellhorn could give me armor, but this isn't Spike's Fade. I don't even want Trample Stone, though. Show me Transcend him so I can just click away and go, ha. No? Okay. Oh, we could have gotten the X cost cards, I guess, so... Stygian would be better because of Stygian Spike. I will press skip. I'm not really all that interested in taking a Rage card here. Thanks for the offer. I actually should take Dark Deal there for deal 5. Dark Deal's pretty cool there. Targeted 5 damage is nice. Ah well. Invasion Trial is good, actually. Invasion Trial is better than Fine here. It is good. It kills Little Fade for us. And they don't do any damage because of Vapor Funnel. That's bad. I drew 2 Primitive Molds turn 1. I'm going to jail. I'm about to be putting the slammer here. Oh, I'm about to be putting the slammer here. Oh, buddy. That infused heavy is about to read me my rights. And also my last will and testament. Yeah, we pulled 1 singular primitive mold to take me out of the depths of despair the absolute doldrums I found myself in. But I have Vine Grasp stack, right? I am not misremembering. I was feeling like I didn't have Vine Grasp for some reason. That would be ridiculous. He's dead. We did it. Great work, team. I am not thinking too clearly on this one. I should probably be putting my root seeds on the backmost unit in this combat because the tanks are in the back, but it is what it is, I suppose. The tanks don't really, like, at this point nothing really matters, you know. I feel like a really interesting part of Monster Train as a game that I have been learning alongside you for the past year and a half or so now. One of the more interesting pieces about this game to me at this stage is that it's interesting to look at things that I used to really value and think about and just note that they are not even crossing my mind anymore. What do I mean? There was a period of time where I used to really, really consider the best way to minimize the lifesteal on Sower of Sorrows going into Relentless. And sure, it matters, but like, not much. If you died because this unit healed 26 per strike, something went wrong, is my feeling. The 26 health he should get back at this point, and I think that that's something that changed more because the Divinity makes you do much bigger numbers now. I'll click Subsuming Blade. I just berated myself for not clicking deal 5. I'll deal 5. Again, I guess we just click removals here. Trinket shops for what? I guess Wax or Snuffer would be absurd, but Remnant Host is an unplayable card. I think after Remnant Host I can take out... I'll take out like 2 Root Seeds, maybe 3. They're nice. But +2 doesn't matter much. -2 on the other hand. On Subsuming Blade? Sure. Let's just play Little Fade and then kill Little Fade. I could spend all of my money on removals. We got so lucky that the first shop was just perfect. Sorry, elbowed my mic stand there. We got super lucky. That first shop was perfect, and we have no spells that we need to upgrade. We have so much money just piling up. I should have gone Trinket Shop, I guess, because of this, but too late for that now. Let's go +10 on Subsuming Blade. The odds are this will matter for killing Fade sometimes, and then I guess we make cards cost 0. I have a lot of money to spend. I may as well spend it. Clear out of Root Seeds, clear out of Root Seeds, and we can go. It's not Diligent Seraph, it is worth noting. I have looked at it, it's not Diligent Seraph, it's Patient Seraph. We're chilling. Wouldn't mind my fire health being above 55 here, but you know, we just haven't passed into healing much. It's more noticeable because we took a massive hit. This is a good draw, actually. I was on the fence about this one. I wasn't sure if I wanted to play top or bottom, but with a draw like that, both ladies turn 1. It's a pretty easy pick. I do need to play top against Seraph so that I don't just take a bunch of... Actually, never mind. I can take a bunch of random bleed damage from Seraph putting enemies top 4. We have Vapor Funnel. Backliners no longer exist. Oh, this is a shame, Little Fade, ain't it? Yeah, it sure is. I guess we don't play it, right? We don't play it. It's not even, we don't play Little Fade and then put her mid-floor. We can just guarantee replay her next turn. Okay, waiting. Holding. Yeah, look at this. We have plenty of burnout. I will, again, need to face the sharp increase we're about to see. Oh, hey, an enemy live. We're going to see a sharp increase in damage output from enemies on the next round of combat. Also, this isn't scaling as fast as I would have expected or hoped. It's taken a bit to get there, you know? You seeing that? Don't mind the curse here. Bring back Little Fade at full health. Let her take the full round. Look at that value. Like, it's looking good, but it's not looking as good as I expected. Maybe I've just been spoiled lately with too good of runs. We have what? I mean, we have maybe not plenty of damage, really. But we are also in the this damage output not quite doubling, but it is going to increase its scaling by quite a large amount after we get the Fade upgrade. This is one of the rare cases where the enemies get a lot harder, but we like rise up to meet the challenge. We scale too. Sorry, I'm silent here for a moment, but perhaps you know what's on my mind. I'll give you until I sort it out to figure out if you know what's on my mind or not here. Yeah, I could. Let's 5, 9. I made it harder on myself, but 12, 13, 14, it's 15. I could. I really don't want to. There's also no reason to. Why would I, right? The implication here, I will clarify. The implication here is that there is an infinite on the table. With Lightstone casing, it is also the... There's no reason for me to not take Rail Spike. Let's just get that out of the way. I have to click it. It is correct. And I think I take double energy. I don't... And maybe I take draw because I'm going to remove all my root seeds, actually. This is a non-choice. I click one of these and I'm taking it for the plus 30 HP. There's a world also I want to mention. There's a world here where you take double space and play a third Lady of the House. I just want to mention that world too. You could do that as well. Do 1 root seeds, 1 sting. Could also get rid of vine grass, but it's good for ping and fade. Sorry, scrolled up too much. By the time I play Rail Spike, I'm just going to draw a bunch of 0-cost spells anyway. Huh. Let's make Vine Grasp do 13. Why not? Maybe I can give it a plus 10 piercing even. That's intrinsic. I might have already looked in here. Give Rail Spike intrinsic. It's a nice card to give intrinsic because I can use it to try and fish out a second Lady of the House, and that's pretty strong. Let me peep the caverns and see if it's old magic. No, it's Spell Rail Spike. Sure, I'll purge my sting, why not? At this point, this is the point in the little fade run where I try to figure out how many cards I can reasonably remove from this deck and still have it function. It's like playing a game of... Oh, it's not the double, it's plus 20, plus 5 only. Only. It's like playing a game of Jenga, though. I'm trying to see which blocks I can still pull out of this run. Hold over? Subsuming Blade? Sure. This is really good, actually, because it's going to let me kill Fade really consistently. And if my hand is Hold Over, Subsuming Blade, and 5 Primitive Molds, juicy. Yeah. Yeah. We can potentially get like 2 or even 3 plays of Little Fade off. There wasn't a Remove Consume here, thankfully. I could still get it. I'll keep my eyes peeled for it. It's tough is what it is. It's tough. I don't want to take this trial. I'm going to take a bunch of damage I don't need to take for no reason. If this were a different combat than Purifiers, I would think about taking that trial. So I need to play this Lady. And then we just slam, draw 6, I guess? Yeah, sure. Beautiful draw. Really, really nice. It could have been slightly better, but I'm not here to complain. If I had pulled with that also... what's it called? The Vine Grasp? That would be the perfect draw. But, like, this is pretty good. Store Purifying Funds as well. And the Harvest, right? Another thing worth mentioning here. The Harvest is also going to play a pretty big role in helping these ladies. It's plus quite a bit every turn. What's it gonna be here? Reasonably, it is reasonable, I would say, to say this is 8/8 or 6/6 per turn, and a little more in the later combats. You see it, right? I want the collector, but also I don't want to risk damage. And I do anything about this? Kind of, but I'm going to take damage. Maybe, so the Steel Wings is the problem here, right? And I'm thinking, maybe I could kill him with Subsuming Blade? I don't think I could. My options here, I have to accept that I'm taking some damage, or just skip Collector, basically. That's the choice at hand. I guess I'll skip the Collector. Look, I want the money as much as you do, but at the end of the day, you gotta think about what's good for the biz. And what's good for the biz is not letting my 85 Pyre health dip any lower than it already has. And it has dipped quite low. Interesting point of order here. If I were to Vine Grasp this Purifier, I'm pretty sure I would not kill here. So I actually can get the Collector after playing out that turn. If I kill this Purifier, Little Fade doesn't die. And if Little Fade doesn't die, I don't get the boost of 80 damage, and the 80 damage boost is killing the Gilded Ones. So, in a not cruel twist of fate, but a great twist of fate here, we actually get to take the Collector as well. Really, really cool. Really nice. Interesting turn. Very interesting turn. She's not gonna die anyway, so I may as well kill her. Yeah, you can see we're getting 8/8 now. We're having Little Fade plus 3 enemies die every round, and that's only going to increase as time goes on here. Gotta keep scaling the Subsuming Blade so it keeps up with Fade also. Still have Roost Seeds. Huh. Who let this guy in? Oh. Oh. You know, you probably can tell I'm speaking much slower and I'm making some uncharacteristic mistakes. I am a little tired right now, but that reform into moment of confusion was genuinely funny to me. Okay, goodbye. The hardest part of a run like this is actually, it's not right now. The hardest part of this run is tomorrow when I wake up, trying to figure out what I'm going to call Little Fade run today. I'm gonna take Pyre Shards. Or what? Great question. There's a moment in that last combat where I thought, man, it'd be cool if Fade had spikes right now. But for many reasons, that doesn't make any sense. I could just take removals, but for what? Great question. I'll take the Pyre health. We'll go to 105. Yeah. +5 armor on Extinguish is good. I think I would rather roll for the high roll because +5 armor on Extinguish is fine, but we have so much healing already. I'll roll for the high roll. Quick temple check also. It's another intrinsic, which you're not too excited to see here. I could duplicate the Subsuming Blade, right? I could just, yeah, you know what, we'll do that instead. Just duplicate Subsuming Blade instead. That'll give me 100. I ended up hitting 100 exactly, but it was more, I didn't think about it, it just happened this way. And I'm not going to be playing, no spell chain here. Not going to be playing anything weird, no shenanigans with Rail Spike, no infinites, don't worry. Yeah, I'm going to reroll. Hey, we hit. I'm just insane at this game, I guess. Yeah, so any minor fear that Little Fade wasn't going to scale fast enough is just completely wiped out. We hit Wax or Snuffer. It's Patient Staff, so it's maybe not the easiest fight of my life by any means, but, you know. And he's top 4. We did consider this, right? I did mention it. This is a possibility. He shows up top 4. And then I end up playing bottom 4 like this. And this is fine. Because this is fine. I have Vapor Funnel. One of these ladies is going to be much stronger than the other. That is okay. We'll take our value where we can get it here. much stronger. That was plus 60 right there. We are going to amp up Seraph quite a bit as well. He's going to get very angry with me. But that's okay. By the time Seraph enters Relentless, he will be already dead. More or less. Our numbers should be so high that none of these incants matter. I will not heal though. We'll play it cool on that front. Thank you for killing Little Fade also. Great work. Oh, I didn't remove the last root seeds. Bad. And when Subsuming Blade isn't killing Fade, it is good to... Got a root seed. Look at that, root seeds. I kept that root seeds in for a reason. I knew. I peered into the multiverse and I knew that Little Fade was gonna come up at 26 HP with 25 enemy damage. I knew. I knew what I was doing there. I knew what that root seed was here for. Of course I knew. You knew as well, didn't you? I bet you did. I think I incanted on this floor one time and that was kind of lazy. I could have scrolled up and scrolled down. 10, 20. Here, I'll kill this guy. You get like... We get, holy shit, you're 345 times 2? What? Waxer Snuffer. What a relic. It's so ridiculous with Little Fade. Little Fade is, of course, very good. But like, man, you hit this Waxer Snuffer. Waxer Snuffer is also very good. 31. Again, hilarious. Prank on myself by me. It turns out that the joke is actually me. Why? She just dies. Full health, dead. Cool. Yeah. Sure. I can mitigate this in ways. Like this isn't so bad. I just have to do something about it. Step 1 is recognizing you have a problem. Step 2 is letting a singular enemy hit Lady of the House here, so that she clears that problem out. I don't even think it would matter, but here we are nonetheless. So, yeah, one of those had 503 times 2 though. Pretty good. Real quick, if you don't mind, I'm gonna stand up. I should have done this earlier, but when I'm real tired like this, for some reason, when I get really, really tired, I'll hit like a quick burst that'll carry me to the end of the episode. I did not get one by standing up, however, it's nice to dream. Play top floor here. Rail Spike, show me what you got. Lady of the House hit here is very nice. Again, not the perfect hit, but we don't deal in absolutes here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think that was a Star Wars reference, I want you to know. Even though that was a Star Wars reference, it was accidental. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I don't dislike Star Wars. However, I did not watch it much when I was younger, and so I don't find myself particularly inclined one way or another. I didn't mean for this to be such a lengthy description about my opinions on Star Wars in the middle of this Divinity fight, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. It's just one of those things that's a constant, not problem, would I say, but a constant scenario in my streaming experience where I'll say something that is a reference and go, oh wait, that wasn't supposed to be a reference, hold on. Four damage off. I think I do pop this guy real quick though. I could have done something about this. He's gonna hit me for 6. I don't think it's going to matter much. Subsuming Blade is bonkers, by the way. Card adds so much flexibility to this run. Crazy. Crazy, crazy value. Just look at this. Spikes enemy, dead. And they're also 122 damage, so if I really wanted to, I could just kill the Harvest enemy. Fuck the Spikes enemy. Yeah. Rise up. Unite the gamers. Take down the oppressor. The gentle laborer shall no longer suffer. That's what I'm saying. Nice AoE armor effect. Losers. Man, it feels good. Yeah, no. I think it matters much. I was using the subsuming blade to ping off Fade, but I can also use the subsuming blade to just kill enemies. Both are viable. Fade dies on her own, and I'm not losing a lot of value. We'll do one of these. We'll give little Fade a little bit of death, and also I will use my subsuming blade to kill the very scary 15 times 3. The ever frightening. It is something that I think is very interesting and easy to be deceived by. Shade Wings does less damage than Light Wings when they're infused like this, because this is 50 and this is 45. It is just a worth mentioning sort of situation. You may already be well aware. It's one of those things that took a while to dawn on me, though. Hey, wait a minute. Of these two enemies, one of them is actually legitimately way scary, and it's not who you think. Yeah, I get to kill Little Fade and reform her here. And I get to kill an enemy. That was actually what I should have done my emphasis on, but you know. This is one of those runs where I'm just going through the motions at this point, yeah, you feel me? I know, you know, we all know. But I gotta wrap it out. We gotta round it up. Wrap it up, round it out, whatever. I don't speak that. Yeah, I'm just gonna press enter in place. I don't want to get confident, overconfident, and die. Right? Could it happen here? Sure. I've thrown much better runs than this. Party boy, hands down, brother. Just out of spite, I gotta be honest with you. No reason, completely uncalled for. I am a monster. Yeah, sadly, Big Sludge made a cameo on this run, but he was not the main event. Thanks, Little Fade. I did not realize how tired I was until I got into this recording. I think that a run that required me to think would have been a real brain blaster. But not a run that we have to think too hard on. Glad to have you, Little Fade. Thank you very much. And also, as we generate up the challenge here, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, of course, that's strange. This in the challenge, Michel, Michel, maybe? I don't know. It's not a word that I really... It's like a name, kind of. It's probably a name. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one, and have a good one.